back to the Miss Kena channel. If you are new, my name is Huldah, and today we have here on my channel somebody that I would consider my brother, somebody who has the same experiences as I have. I'm so excited to get to share this interview or this individual here on my channel. This person, I would say, is a man of faith, somebody from, like I said, similar backgrounds as somebody who has equal, great adversities that has gone on in his life, but yet has been able to overcome things. And so let us welcome to my channel future Dr. Atabuasing. So our very first question is, what MD are you in right now?
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm currently in MD5. I'm about to go on into my clinical rotation soon.
So I want to say congratulations to you.
Thank you.
For making it this far. I know it certainly was not easy, and
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to interview you. You have come so far, and honestly, I'm just really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
You're like one of the many people that I've known from MD1 all the way till MD5. So it's honestly been amazing to see your journey.
Thank you.
As you have gone. So yeah. So as we go on, tell us a little bit about the younger you. Who was Aka when he was younger, and did you always want to pursue medicine as a youth?
Well, thank you for that question. I'll say my journey into medicine began in Ghana. I was born and raised in the Bono Ahafo region of Ghana. Growing up, I grew up in the healthcare industry. Both of my parents, my father and my mom, both work in a hospital called the Ma Hospital. This was the place or my home where I gained my passion and inspiration. And what was so unique about this hospital was that the administrators, they provided housing for many of the staff that worked there. So my family and I were very lucky to live inside the hospital. You know, on the left, literally our house was located in the center of the hospital, along with other healthcare workers, other nurses, other doctors as well. And on the left of our house was the eye clinic where my father worked. Next to the eye clinic was the pharmacy. And then going straight down north of our house was the surgical theater where my mother worked. So, you know, coming home every day, I will ride my bike along with my twin brother. We would ride our bike around different departments to get home. Sometimes I would come. The first thing I would do is that when I got home is that I would go to the surgical theater to greet my mother. Sometimes I would still see her in scrubs, her theater, outfits and stuff. I might see some blood. Other times going to school, I would have a cup of tea with some of the surgeons, and just imagine 6, 7-year-old, having a cup of tea with surgeons in their scrubs, and they have their mask and their head. It could be very intimidating. However, it was truly a blessing. This was the same hospital that actually saved my life. When I was a child, when I became extremely ill, this was the same hospital that taught me about healthcare disparities and inequalities. Our hospital was not perfect. There were patients. Sometimes I seen sleep on the floor simply because there were not enough hospital beds to accommodate them. I have seen grown fathers and grown men cry in the pharmacy department simply because they couldn't afford to pay for their medication. The list goes on. We seen numerous people travels a lot of miles from villages and from other locations to come to our hospital to receive medical care. So this was what I was born into. So for me, it's like a calling. Ever since I could walk, all I've known is doctors, all I've known is surgeons, all I know is nurses. So this is what I was bred to do. That's how I would say.
I like that. I like that you said you were called and
Absolutely, it's my
bred
calling.
into this. So that leads me to the next question, which is, what was the exact moment that you felt, right, being surrounded by, as you described, doctors, nurses, your family, being in medicine? What was the exact moment that you were like, I want to also take on this responsibility as well?
Absolutely. So a lot of it took place, as I said, when I was back home at the hospital compound, and also my transition coming to the United States. So I would never forget this. There was this one time where my twin brother and I, we actually cut the grass on one section of the hospital to create like a soccer field.
Okay.
And what we would do was that, you see, the hospital was quite guarded in the sense that nobody could come in unless you were coming in for treatment.
Okay.
So apart from playing with the other children, we also would play games with the patients. Like sometimes when the the kids would come,
Kids, yeah.
we would play a soccer match, and I would never, forget the smile that they had on their face, or the impact. Like sometimes I would literally walk 3 minutes to where my father is working on the left side, which was the eye clinic, and I would just see the profound impact that he was having on these people's lives. Some people, as I said, they would travel hundreds of miles to come with complex issues, and how my father was able to just educate them about the condition and took them through the steps on how to get the proper treatment for it, and just seeing the relief on their face. And just overall, seeing the collaboration among the staff, the surgeons, the physicians, it was like everything was just fitting in together. When I flew to the United States, that's when I noticed the inequality that we had.
I think you didn't just fly in, you immigrated,
Well,
right?
yes, we immigrated to the United States.
We share the same story.
Yes.
Yeah, immigrating.
Absolutely. So coming to the United States, that's where I found out that, I can actually go to school and go to medical school, and, so yeah, ever since I just knew that coming to this state, this is the goal I was gonna do.
So you and I share that common experience of knowing at a very young age that this is what we wanted to do, whether it was your surrounding or just something just told you, like, this is why, this is your reason for living.
Yeah.
There's a cause in this, and you play a role into this.
Yes.
So this leads me to the next question, which is, why did you decide to become an IMG? I think a lot of people watching this say, if you had the opportunity of immigrating into the States as a young person, and you've gone, to the States, all schooling in the States your whole entire life, what makes you want to come here? So please tell us about that.
Well, thank you for that question. So I decided to become an IMG. Number one, just understanding the level of competition in the States, the pool of applicants applying to U.S. medical school. For me personally, I did apply in my first cycle to U.S. medical schools. I did get an interview, however, that was not successful at the end. And, I'm a go-getter, I'm a grinder too, so I had a couple of options. I was like, okay, I can either stay home and, wait another year to apply again, or I could just go get it, apply to some IMG medical school, which are equally, I'll say, they are equally fit. The professors are well educated, well qualified, and continue the dream, continue the process. So I did a lot of research. In addition, just doing my research, I also understood that a majority of the physicians working in the United States were IMGs, graduates anyway, and at the end of the day, it's not really where you started, but it's where you're going.
Where you're going.
So I was like, regardless of wherever I go to, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna study hard. So, yeah.
So, I just want to let you guys know, if you're watching, if you're deciding on coming to a Caribbean medical school, make sure that the school has something called an accreditation.
Yes.
So most of the medical schools that a lot of Americans are coming to are actually like American schools here in the Caribbean and have accreditation for like years, right? Or have a reputation of having an accreditation. Don't go to a school where they just obtained their accreditation. They might lose it.
That's true.
Choose to go to a school where they have a reputation. So do your research. I believe St. James has had their accreditation since like as long as we've been alive.
Yeah.
Actually, for about 20-something years. I think I did my research before coming, so I knew that this school has a reputation of continuing to have U.S. standard ways of learning for students. So that was just my little something to add to that. So moving on. If you are enjoying this video, do not forget to hit the thumbs up button and of course to subscribe if you are new. Stay tuned for part 2 of this interview.